So Jeanae Terry, what do you feel like was the biggest learning experience from that Maryland game? Obviously 19 turnovers, but I guess on the positive hand, you played a good solid first 8 minutes.
Definitely, like you said, the turnovers was definitely a learning experience. Knowing not to get sped up and not let the other team speed us up, that definitely was a big learning experience for myself, but also everybody on the team. And then just staying together when things get rough. So that was definitely it.
How do you combat being sped up? Is that just them crashing the ball, or is that just the mental reaction inside you that's causing that stress?
It's definitely a mixture of both. I think the Big Ten is a really good conference to play in with a lot of good teams, and a lot of good teams know their strength. And so definitely Maryland's strength is to pressure the basketball in their press, and they're very long. So it's definitely a mixture of both of us just keeping our heads and just staying focused and staying together as a unit. But like I said, the Big Ten is a really good conference. So.
Yeah, Penn State does the same thing. Do you feel like, just given the short turnaround, that this is sort of a good way to sort of bounce back after a loss like that?
Definitely. I think playing Maryland first and seeing their pressure and then going against Penn State, like you said, does the same thing, was good practice for us and for us to be able to see the things we need to work on because I believe up until then we haven't really played a lot of teams that pressure the basketball or have a full team defensive press in full court. So this was definitely good for us to see and for us to learn and for us to see our options for playing Penn State next game.
How do you feel the confidence is with the team right now? Going on a little bit of a slide, knowing some big games left. But where do you feel the confidence is within the locker room right now?
I think the confidence is still high. We still know who we are as a basketball team. The coaching staff still believes in us 100%. So these 2 last games were definitely heartbreaking losses, but it didn't waver who we are and who we believe we are. So we're going to come in every game and give 100% confidence, 100% effort. And that's all we can ask for as teammates for each other, and that's all we're going to be able to give.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What have the conversations been like, lately with after Iowa and then after Maryland?
It's definitely conversations of how can we get better and what ways can we get better as a unit, as a team. And playing teams like that, like Maryland, or playing teams like Penn State where pressuring you is what their identity is and how we have to be together in those tough moments. Just so the talk is just right now, how can we stay together as a team? How can we stay together as a unit, as playing for Purdue and things like that?
Yeah, and then, as a primary ball handler, is that something that you feel like is more on you than in other games maybe?
It's definitely on me. I feel like I'm my biggest critic, so it's definitely on me. I feel like 100% of just keeping my teammates calm, keeping my teammates organized. And like you said, the ball is in my hands a lot during the game, pretty much you could say about 90% of the game. So it's like definitely just trying to stay as calm as I can, trying to keep my teammates as calm as they can in those tough situations.
Yeah, and then, Penn State, you've been around a while. You've seen them kind of come up. They have several upperclassmen. How have you seen them grow, and what do you know about those players? Have you faced them a few times?
Yeah, definitely. With it being my 5th year and I've never left this conference, I've seen Penn State grow and them get better every game and get better every season. But people like McKenna Marissa has been a key player for them year in and year out. So definitely looking forward to playing against her. They have Ashley Owusu, who came from Maryland, so she knows the Big Ten system and knows how to play within it. And then a few key other players like Leilani, that's a strong threat inside. So it's definitely exciting to play them and play them for my last year and things like that. But yeah, I know those players. They know me, so it's just good competition.
How important would a bounce back win be tomorrow as you guys head into potentially the biggest game of the season on Sunday against Indiana?
Yeah, it would be a huge comeback win for us. Playing teams like Iowa, playing teams like Maryland, we know they're tough teams on our schedule, and we know that, again, we can compete with anybody. So we came in with confidence, with aggressiveness, and we're going to do the same way coming in against Penn State. But we know that we need to turn it around, and we know that a team like this is a good way to turn it around and show people that we did get punched a little bit, but we can fight back. And then, like you said, playing Indiana next after that is going to be a big game as well. So just trying to set us up as much as possible for the games coming up.
When you know that IU game is coming, I'm sure you watched the Purdue IU game last night, men's basketball. Is it hard to kind of focus on one game at a time, knowing that one's coming and there's so much hype around that game? It's probably going to be sold out.
Yeah, the sellout part is probably one of the biggest things. Is just seeing our fans come out, having to watch us again is incredible. But it's very hard to focus on Penn State and to focus on anybody when you know you're playing your rival school in the state of Indiana, how much basketball means to the state of Indiana. So it's definitely something we're focusing strictly trying to focus on Penn State, but we know that IU game is coming around and we all circled it on our calendars.
What's been the key message that Katie's been sort of passing along to your team as you try to, get yourselves back on the right track as you hit the home stretch of Big Ten play?
Definitely with this game stretch, she's just been on us to be confident and to, to look to her whenever we need anything. And that's just the only thing we can ask for in this tough stretch that we're about to go on. But it's definitely just being confident and just remembering who you are in these tough moments, because there are going to be tough moments when you're playing in the Big Ten, but just staying key to who you are and you'll be all right.
What do you think is going to be the key thing defensively as far as getting after that high pick and roll that they really like to run? I mean, it seems like they play a lot off of Allie Brigham, using her size and then hitting threes.
Definitely.
What do you feel like is the key there?
It's definitely just talking and communicate early. I think being proactive instead of reactive is going to play a big part in this. And we've been playing against high ball screens our entire season, whether it was against Notre Dame with Hannah in the pick and roll, or even playing against Maryland. They had some high pick and rolls too. So we've been playing against it our whole season. We've been drilling it the whole practice, coming against Penn State because we know that's their identity too. So just being as prepared as possible, keying in on what our principles are as Purdue and as our defensive strategy. So.